Well, folks, it's a new day. We had a beautiful ride yesterday up the Unaweep Canyon there in western Colorado. So today we've taken the show west. We're over near Moab, Utah. We've crossed over into Utah on I-70 from Grand Junction, Colorado, where I've got base camp set up. So today we're going to ride Utah Highway 128 from I-70 down to Moab, Utah. A beautiful ride along the Colorado River. It follows the river all the way down to Moab. We're also going to take a detour on the way, and we're going to ride Onion Creek Road up in a canyon here. I've been wanting to take this ride for quite some time. So today we're going to ride Onion Creek Road and then follow the Colorado all the way down into Moab and get some fuel and maybe some groceries for lunch. So stick around. We'll take the mighty CFMOTO for a ride down the Colorado River here in eastern Utah. Now, right here along the river next to the highway, I can see some old pictographs that were left here by the ancients. These are generally believed to be between 800 and maybe 1300 years old. Some of them are older, it's hard to say, but there's some right here, and they're pretty cool. You can take a look at some of these. Looks like some modern people have scribbled on there. Some guy named Russ in 1964 had to do his thing there, but the rest of it looks pretty good. It's pretty cool to think that as precariously as that rock is, sliding off this this hill here, it's been in that position for at least 12 or 1300 years, and somewhere back in that time, a Native American stood there and tagged that rock, and it's still there today. That's just pretty neat. We'll get mounted up on our CFMOTO here, and we're going to see if we can make it to Onion Creek Road and then ultimately to Moab. The Colorado, she's pretty muddy right now. They've had a record snowpack this year, snowfall up in the mountains. It's all melting and coming down, and the rivers are all swollen. So this canyon runs for, I don't know how far it is down to Moab from here, probably 25 or 30 miles down this canyon. It's a pretty good ride. Big old rock that rolled off the top and landed in the river down there. Can't believe anything would fall down. It's a good thing I don't live out in this part of the country. I wouldn't get anything done. All I would do is just ride around and go, wow, oh, this is beautiful, this is wonderful, this is really nice. All day long, every day. I'd be worthless. I'm already pretty much worthless, but so we got 7.5 miles of canyon before we get to our side canyon we're going to run up on Onion Creek Road. There's also Fisher Valley. The Fisher Towers are down right next to where I'm going to be. Those are some big towers that are kind of famous, I guess. People go to see them. If we get time, I'll run up there. I don't think it's very far up the off the highway up the Fisher Tower Road or whatever, Fisher Valley Road. We could take a look at them. Pretty special place right here. This valley is. Big old rocks that have come down. Some of them cleared the road, some didn't. Oh yeah, now that, I mean, come on. That is something. Cliffs everywhere you look. So there's a lot of campgrounds along this river here all the way down to Moab. There's government campgrounds all scattered along through here. Yes, sir. Looks like something out of a John Wayne movie right here. So the mighty CFMOTO so far has performed admirably. Can't complain about it. It just keeps chugging away. We've got a lot of miles on this trip already. About 2,800, 2,900 miles so far on this trip. So I may have been underestimated the mileage I'm going to end up with. I was thinking around 4,000 by the time I made it back to the world headquarters, but I don't know. I think it's going to be more than that. I keep riding all day, every day, racking miles up. Onion Creek right here. I'm going to put that in rain mode. It'll help with the throttle input a little bit. There's Onion Creek. It's not very big. All right, here's our first dab at it. And my feet are wet. Who'd have thought? Here's another shot at the creek. Not much water in it. There's the Fisher Valley right there. You can see a tower. But we're not on the right road for that. We're on the adventuresome road. The road of many creek crossings. That's what we're on. I think there's either 27 or 37 crossings on this little creek. Some of them are pretty wide, but I don't think any of them are very deep. Yeah, we're getting in it now. Go across right here. I'm gonna have some seriously wet feet by the time I get done with this. Oh, that was deep. Kind of missed the Tiger's, the longer suspension on the Tiger. It's a little more plush on this kind of stuff. Howdy. Wow, this is just gorgeous. I'm loving this. Oh. Well, don't come out here if you don't want your feet wet. Man, barely wide enough to get a Jeep through there. Bang your brain on that. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and it seems like I never can make it. Never have had time to do it, or something didn't work out, but I'm glad to get to do it now. Nice steep with a off camber turn. Man, that's perfect. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there's a snake. I don't know what it is. It's pretty. Some kind of a snake.
Have you ridden this before? Do you know how far it goes back?
Quite a ways.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead.
You bet. You guys be careful. All right. Whew. Check it out. Look at that hole. Oh man. That is something. 21 tons. They're putting a lot of faith in that little thin bridge. Definitely got the Moab rock thing going on here. Oh, this is beautiful. And a shady spot. Yes, sir. Yeah. Not much of a creek, but it sure has cut down into this plateau. It's not messing around. Well, so far so good with the big CFMOTO here. We haven't eaten at any of them creek crossings yet. Somebody wanted a road back in here pretty bad to go through all this. This is a little bit longer of a crossing here. Howdy! All right. Let's go across this. Beautiful. Yeah, the fueling on this bike is just not very good. It really makes this kind of riding here difficult when you're trying to control your throttle input and keep it smooth. It doesn't do that very well. This is quite a place, this area here around Moab. Utah in general is just a beautiful place. If you like canyon lands and mountains, Utah is the place to be. Howdy! No screw-ups allowed. Look at that. All right, onward and forward. Over this 20-ton bridge or whatever it said. All right. More wet feet coming at you. Where do you want to cross at? Right here? I got a little bit too much air pressure in my tires. They're pretty hard. They're not absorbing anything. It's all up to the suspension. Got my feet wet again. That's pretty deep. Well, we made it out of Onion Creek, didn't die or nothing. Made it back to the highway. Came back up the highway about a mile, and then this road takes us to Fisher Towers. I believe that's them right in there. About 2 miles off of the road here, off the highway. Oh, we got people camping out here. I see. This is the camping area. No camping in the parking lot though. They're not having it. All right, we'll check this out. See what it's all about. What a view, man, oh man. That is something. Well, here's a shot of the towers, some of them. Hoodoos, towers, I don't know what you call them. Fisher Towers is what they say they are. I don't see anybody climbing today. They say they're about 900 feet tall, this big one over here. That's a pretty good sized tower. It's quite a walk to get into this. Got to walk up this little canyon. A lot of elevation change. And this is as far as I'm gonna go. My boots are wet, my socks are wet, and a 2-mile hike in wet socks and boots just does not sound like a good time to me today. So I'll take my pictures from here and we'll call it good. They are impressive though. Well, we're back on the Colorado River here, along with 100 or so of my closest friends. Looks like we're going to do a little rafting. That ought to be fun. So we're back on 128, Highway 128. We're heading south towards Moab. We're going to run right into downtown Moab shortly, but this is a beautiful ride down through here. This canyon that this river has cut is just really nice. That was a big one that come down there. Woo, man, I bet it made a racket. Today is June the 16th, so we're almost to the longest daylight hours. The longest day of the year, I believe, is the 21st, June 21st. So basically, we're at the longest amount of daylight we get. Gets dark about, I don't know, a little before 9 o'clock, 8:45 or something like that, almost 9 o'clock. Man, these cliffs are just, whew. You just can't get used to them. They are off the hook. They are really pretty. Well, the river's high. I mean, it's really high. Feels like it's almost as high as the road. It's not, but it's up there. A lot of water in the Colorado right now. The city built has a bike path they built from town up the river this way. It runs for 2 or 3 miles. Quite a ways up along the river for bicycles. Pretty cool. Boy, these walls are just straight up for a ways. Whew. That is just amazing. Here's where the bike path starts right here. Runs all the way into Moab. Probably runs through town. I don't know where all it goes. Pretty cool that they spent the money to build that though, right on the river. It's be a really nice ride. Junction 191, we're in that's Main Street, Moab. There's a cable car, a cable lift that'll take you up to the top of the... You can ride up and down on that, get your thrills. They got a rock shop, in case you haven't seen enough rocks. They got some more you can look at in there. Looks like this is the place to buy fuel. Ooh, look at there. I gave $4.55 a gallon for 91 octane right there. Fortunately, I only needed 2.1 gallons. All right, we'll get some groceries and head back to civilization. Howdy.